stormy night, a lone woman walked along the cliffs, the wind tearing at her coat and the sea roaring below. Amanda Teague loved the ocean, its chaos, its history, its mysteries. But that night, the waves seemed to whisper her name. Half buried in the wet sand, something glinted, a golden locket, ornate and strange, carved with the image of a ship braving a storm. She bent down, brushed off the sand, and opened it. The air around her turned cold. Mist thickened, and from the shadows rose a man, tall, broad-shouldered, his tricorn hat tilted at an angle of effortless arrogance. His coat was tattered, his boots shone like obsidian, and his eyes glowed like lightning on the horizon. "I've been waiting," he said, his voice rolling like distant thunder. "And it seems you have found me." Amanda stumbled back, heart pounding. "Who are you?" He smiled, slow and sharp. "Captain Jack," he said, "or what remains of him." Amanda laughed nervously. This couldn't be real. A ghost? On her beach? But the air buzzed with energy, and the man before her was as vivid as a memory that refused to fade. He tipped his hat and bowed. "You opened the locket, and by that act, our fates are bound," he said. "You are my beacon, my bride." Amanda turned to run, but the sea crashed, and his laughter followed her like a song. That night, she dreamed of salt and storm, of black sails and glowing eyes. In the days that followed, she began to see him everywhere, in mirrors, in candlelight, in the fog that rolled across her windows. Captain Jack was charming, maddening, and utterly impossible. He told her tales of buried treasure, cursed waters, and love lost to betrayal. She should have been terrified. Instead, she was enthralled. At midnight, she found herself walking with him along the shore, her feet sinking into wet sand, while his left no print. He sang in old pirate tongues and laughed like the sea itself. He was haunting, magnetic, and heartbreakingly lonely. Soon, Amanda's friends began to notice the way she talked to empty rooms, the way lights flickered when she entered. They whispered, they worried, but she didn't care. She had fallen in love with a ghost. One night, as the tide crashed below her balcony, Jack appeared beside her, his form clearer than ever. "You and I," he said softly, "we are bound by the sea and by fate." "Let us make it eternal." Amanda stared at him. "You mean, marry you?" He grinned. "Aye." And so she did. The wedding took place on a cliff overlooking the raging sea. The candles refused to die, though the wind howled around them. Amanda wore white, her hair wild in the storm. Jack stood before her, radiant beneath the lightning, as real as any man she had ever known. "I, Amanda Teague, take thee, Jack, to haunt and love, in storm and sunshine, in reality and spectral eternity," she declared. "I, Jack, take thee, Amanda, to wander the mortal realm by your side, to haunt with laughter and protect your heart beyond the grave," he replied. The sky split open with light, the sea roared in approval, and for a heartbeat, Amanda swore she felt his hand, warm, solid, alive. She laughed through tears as thunder rolled across the horizon. She had married a ghost pirate. Life after that was something out of a dream. Jack could not always stay. Sometimes he passed through walls or vanished for days at a time. But when he returned, he brought tales from the spirit seas, stories of phantom ships and cursed captains, of storms that whispered her name. Amanda learned to live between worlds. She danced alone in her living room, while his laughter echoed through the walls. She woke to notes carved in fogged glass, to cold kisses on her cheek, to the smell of salt on still air. She was in love, impossibly, irrevocably, with a man who no longer lived. But love, even ghostly love, comes with a price. Jack carried a secret, a curse that bound him to the locket she had found. Long ago, a treacherous crewman had betrayed him, stealing his soul's peace. Until that betrayal was righted, Jack would remain trapped between life and death. Amanda refused to lose him again. Together, they journeyed to the ocean's edge, diving into the sunken remains of his ship. The sea roared like a living thing as they fought the current, searching through wreckage and coral. At last, beneath centuries of sand, they found it, a blackened medallion pulsing faintly with ghostly light. When Amanda touched it, the waves stilled. Jack's form shimmered, growing more solid, more alive. "You freed me," he whispered. "Now, I can walk beside you, truly." And for a time he did. He could touch her, hold her, dance with her beneath the moon. The town whispered of strange lights on the cliffs, of laughter on the wind. Some said they saw two figures dancing in the mist, a woman and a pirate who glowed faintly, like a candle behind glass. Amanda didn't care what they thought. She had defied the impossible. She had found love beyond life. To this day, when storms gather over the sea, locals claim they see them, Amanda and her ghostly husband, standing at the edge of the cliffs, hand in hand. Lightning flashes, and for an instant, you can see the gold glint of a locket on her chest and the shadow of a man beside her. Those who dare to visit the beach at night say the air still hums with the echo of his laughter. And sometimes, just before dawn, a whisper rides the wind. I've been waiting. If you want to know what happened next, the truth behind their curse, the legend, and the mystery that still haunts that shore, subscribe now and watch the full story on my channel, because this tale only gets stranger from here.